show off. I'm just showing off here. This is a pinchback tile. I've seen these before, and I'm having to do this through the camera, sort of. And of course, I have posted many different separate videos using one of these Diegel foil-o-matics. But here's the question for you. You can see this kind of odd shape on the edge, isn't it? So here's the question, and I've already set this up. You know, one of the reasons that I bought one of these machines originally, 45 plus years ago, was that what I liked about it, see, I'm not the kind of guy that just runs out and buys a piece of equipment because everybody else raves about it. Do a little bit of research, and one of the reasons I got one of these is because I could control how the glass is centered, if it's centered, or if it's actually not centered on the copper foil. And it didn't rely on the glass being a uniform thickness. So I guess the question I'm showing off here, and I wanted to know, is that, you know, I got the machine because it is so versatile. You know, I can do thick, I can do thin, I can do fat, I can do ripple, I can do stuff like this, okay, on the machine. Okay, and so I guess the question is, or I'm showing off, is like, well, if you can't do something like this on your foil machine, you know, maybe it's not the right machine. Of course, I still have to burnish this, and I'm going to try to do this without whacking the camera, which is a whole other thing. Okay, I may just burnish that later. Let's get another one, if I can do this without whacking the camera again. So you see, I can do ripple on this machine. I can do wavy ripple on this machine. You know, I can do all kinds of strange things with this machine. So I'm basically just getting it started, and that's what that pin is for, to center the glass or offset the glass if I need to. Like if I'm doing ripple, usually if I'm using a ripple like in a lampshade or a window or something, I'm reverse cutting it so that the ripple side is the outside. If I'm doing copper foil, right, then I want the least amount I can have on the back. I may have to have some covered on the front, and I don't use a ripple bit, okay, to smooth out my highs and lows. I want it to look like, you know, when you do see a lady's diamond ring, you know, the diamond isn't grabbed all the way around like with copper foil. It's got fingers that hold the gem in place, and there's hollow in the back like a leaded glass window or a lampshade, so that light can come through and sparkle. Okay, and that's what I like when I do ripple, herringbone ripple, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't do on a regular machine if you have one, or your table foiler, or your glass star foiler, or one of those things that you hold in your hand and maybe you clamp to the table, you know. So that's what I'm showing off about. These things I can do on a machine like this. You know, I can do a lot of other things with machines like this, but it's versatility. And just for the sake of argument, all of the glass that is in this shade on the table has all been foiled with this machine. Of course, I have the machine, I have 7/32 in this one, but all the majority of the glass in that little lampshade were all 3/16. And when I get everything else done and I'm starting to fit it together, I'll make another video so you get to see that also. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.